All right, welcome back to Wounded Acres. This episode of this flippin' shed, we're going to remove all of the siding off of it, and this is the rotten shed that had all the corn in it. So we got to get all the metal off of it because the plan is to reuse the metal that we can for roofing or siding or whatnot. So fortunately for us, it looks like it was all held in by screws, so we just got to go through and remove all the screws. So some of this siding we're actually not going to reuse. We're going to donate it to other veterans. So I reached out to some of the veterans in the community with farms, and they said they needed some metal. So we're going to stack it up nice and neatly on the tractor and load it up in their truck. So I get up on the roof here and start removing all of the screws from, what do you call it, the gable up at the top. So, and I was under the impression that there was only one layer of metal on this roof. So I was trying to maintain my pressure on all the studs on the trusses. But right here, I came close to slipping off when I took off the last screw from one of the sheets, and it started sliding off with me on it. So I got off the roof and decided I was going to come up with another strategy. Went around to the other side and took off all the screws that I could reach. Decided I wasn't going to get up there. And I think I got all the top layer of metal off of this side without incident. And I got it all nice and stacked on the trailer. And decided to have another strategy. All right. Here's the inside of the shed. I did empty it out. So everything that's left in here, besides the nails, well, especially the nails, it's just gonna burn. And I'll come back with a magnet and pick them all up. I'm tired of being in here. I did not know there was another layer of roof up there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this over on its side because it has started to rain and I lost traction over there and caught myself right on the edge. So hate to fall 8 feet. Because I'm 40 years old. I am too old to be jumping off of roofs. All right, hopping onto the tractor, taking all the metal that we pulled off of it, and gonna go put it on a pallet so that it's easier to load for the veteran that wants it. As usual, got my dog Bella following me around. Alright, gotta get some nails that I found and drop them in the nail bucket and re-secure these pallet forks. Now these pallet forks are the cheap ones that come from China, but form over function, I only needed something that could do a little bit of lifting, and this is actually going to be the biggest test they ever had. These are from Beaver. They're the 4,000 pound rated ones, but Lord only knows that if I put 4,000 pounds on the end of my loader bucket, it's going to be all twisted to hell. So, but they come loose a lot, so constantly having to retighten them down. I secure the top of them with ratchet straps. You need to get some chain binders and put them up there because they seem to be a lot more stable. Would be a lot more applicable in that situation too. Let's go flip a shed. Looks like one of my old hydraulic hoses finally gave out. So I've been running the hydraulic hoses that came on here. Only this one has failed right here, and so I replaced it. And now that one went. So looks like it blew out right there. So I guess I gotta stop. I lifted too much for the old hoses. It was lifting it though, so that's a good sign. Anyways, I gotta run uptown, get another hose made, come on back and plug it in, get everything primed again. Round 2, fight! Fatality! Yeah, so I went up to my local hydraulic store and spent an hour and a half of my time driving there and back, and they made me a new hydraulic hose. So now I've got 2 hydraulic hoses out of like 8 that are brand new. So good job. I think the name of the store is Hydraulic Hoses, because that's what they got. They've got a great big sign out in front of them that says Hydraulic Hoses, made here. They always did good work. I mean, 100% of the time so far. I've only got 2 hoses made there, and thumbs up. Let's see what we got hiding under here. Looks like a water pump. Bunch of good critters underneath there. I don't know what kind of water pump that came off of. I don't know what it came off of. Wow. Oh, is that a bottle of Coke? You know, that emblem has something to do with the Mandela effect in my head. I think it's supposed to say Coca-Cola. All right, this is an update. Not a whole lot left of the shed. We burned it. Took about 3 days for this pile to burn down to pretty much dust. So we got it all nice and stacked up. Most of the metal has been pulled out of it. I'm still gonna scoop it up and sift through it to get the nails out, because we have a great big trench in the back of the property that we're gonna dump the rest of it. So we had that maple tree right there, and I took the loader and dug around it and couldn't get it out. So tried some tannerite. Well, we got the shed down. Boop, that's what's left of it. And what we're working on now is getting this stump out of the way from this Japanese maple tree. And I've been digging and digging and digging with the loader, and I can't seem to get it to break free. So I'm going to try and facilitate it with some tannerite. This is only 2 pounds. Seemed to work pretty good on another stump that we had, but this one's a little bit bigger and a lot more denser. So what I did is I put some tension on it with the loader, got one of the tires off the ground, boop, and I augered a hole right underneath it, bam, right there. We're gonna stuff this piece of tannerite in there and hit it with a 17 HMR. Try and pack it in some to aid the compression of the explosive. It's not really an explosive. I mean, you can buy this stuff at any good store. I bought this at Academy Sports, and it was 20 bucks for 2 pounds. So Coleman's Farm Supply sells it too, but they were closed yesterday. There you go. I think this is about a 12-inch stump or so. The tree wasn't that big. It was about 10 feet tall at the most. Japanese maples, you know, they're pretty dense little hardwoods. And this one's just in the way of the barn. So let's get it exploding, see if we can get it broken free a little bit. But, you know, that recording didn't work out so well. The camera fell. So my buddy has a skid steer and one of those root buckets, I think they're called, stump bucket, and came out here and pried around a little bit and got it out. So now I'm doing some repairs on his skid steer for him. So that was part of the trade. He wanted me to fix something, so I'm going to fix it. And yeah, so there's absolutely nothing left of the lean-tos or the sheds. All that's left is to get rid of this stump, boop, and grade all of this out. But first, I've got to go and finish getting all the logs off the guy's property. So he's trying to start construction on his house this month. So yeah, you know, I got to get those out of the way. We got them all fell, that's a good thing. And but the rain has really just been hampering us here. So I pretty much destroyed, well, made my own Oregon Trail on my property trying to get the trailer back out of the pasture where we got all the logs. And did a little bit of damage, but you know, it'll all work out. It's just mud and dirt and grass. So, but anyways, on to the next part.